I've got an issue, guys. I have to find a way to put this sail rig and put it onto this kayak over here. There's some obstacles to get around though. The first issue is that this block helps support the mast foot. With all the torque and twisting that goes on, it keeps it from bending and flexing this bar or this piece here. I have tried using the sail rig without this and heard a lot of cracking and thought, man, I'm going to end up damaging this boat. Besides, this piece was almost touching the deck of my kayak. And on this kayak, you can see that there's no support up underneath the mast foot, so I can't just put a block under here without really ruining my cockpit combing. So I'm thinking I'm going to need to do some sort of pole type system here to support this rig. I don't even know if the rig is supposed to go here. I don't know if it's going to be balanced. The plans called for on a single boat, but on a triple seater, it might need to move forward, it might need to move a little bit back. So in the meantime, instead of drilling eye bolts in it and using lacing there, I'm just going to do some straps around the hull to secure this thing down. That should hold for now, and then once I find that balance point, I will put on the eye bolts to make it a little bit more permanent. The second issue is on the rudder blade. You can see on this boat I designed a much larger rudder blade to where it can pull the weight of the sail and turn the kayak. It's not even quite big enough for this boat, so I could just imagine how it would be on a three-person kayak that's 23 foot long. This rudder blade is actually designed for a tandem kayak. It looks kind of small like it is right now, but when deployed it looks a lot bigger. But this is not nearly big enough for how much pull this is going to need to be able to pull left and right that big old sail rig on it. However, something that I do like is that these blades are very quick and easy to take off. It just uses a little cotter pin here, little dial and tension deal here. So I'm thinking I might be able to create something to make this much larger. And lastly, I'm going to be putting some deck rigging on here so I can strap my camera and bring y'all with me. Okay guys, I'm going to be retrofitting this boat to be able to put the sail rig on it.
Okay.
You think I can do it?
Yes!
What do you think, Aviana? Aviana? All right. You think you're going to like sailing?
Yes!
Okay, so I'm going to start out with pretty much my biggest hurdle, which is to make the rudder blade larger. Here's some scrap wood that I've actually had for about 15 years that looks pretty bad, but after I sand it down and finish it, it should look nice. But I'm going to be sandwiching two of these pieces around a spare blade that I have for my rudder to make a very large rudder blade with just some scrap pieces in between. Should look pretty good and should give me a nice big powerful rudder, maybe a little oversized, but I can always cut it down. I can't add on. And I did squeeze from the bottom. My wife would be so proud.
Might actually have to take a couple times.
Alright, I'm going to give this about an hour to harden. It only sets in about 5 minutes, or starts setting in 5 minutes, so it should be hardened in about 30. I'm going to give it an hour and then sand it down, but in the meantime, I went ahead and cut some 4x4 cedar blocks, which I'm going to use as the foot for my mast, or my mast support, I guess. So we'll see how that works. Just drilled a hole and cut some slices out of 4x4, sanded down a little curve so it would fit down in the bottom of the kayak. So we'll see how well that works. Now it's time for some fun. Not bad for 15-year-old wood. I just need to fill in the gaps. Oh no! Well, that's going to have to be trimmed down. Got protection. no power. That wasn't too hard. Ah, perfect. So this is what I found in my garage. I went ahead and made this, but this is a piece of old mast that can insert like this right here. I don't know which side, maybe that side. So it can insert, go behind this seat. I can end up Velcroing it down here temporarily. Sooner or later, maybe I'll epoxy it. I'll probably just keep it on with Velcro, I don't know. I just need to cut it to fit and then cut a ring around this to where I can slide this up into here, get everything secured down, and that should keep this from wanting to push down and put too much torque on my rig. Now that's going to work well. Once the mast is up here, there'll be some forward tension on this, pushing this down. As you can see, I don't think that is going to go anywhere. Man, that actually worked out really well. Very happy with it.